This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams and Michelangelo's Plumbing. Oh, sorry. This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams and Michelangelo's Plumbing. It is April 13th, 2021. We are performing a video sewer inspection through the 4-inch ABS plastic mainline sewer cleanout in the driveway area. It's at the far left corner of the driveway, right in front of the garage area. We're going to begin performing our inspection. We ran a snake through the ABS plastic mainline clean out and brought back quite a bit of what almost looks like concrete. It's very, very hard. I don't know exactly what it is, to be honest, but plaster, something, stucco. But whatever it is, it's pretty hard and big chunks of it. Still got some adhered to the pipe in the sewer line. There's still quite a bit down in there. We're actually pushing pieces of it right now and bits of it. We're out, I believe, my guys got out about 60 feet and they hit some obstruction that was pretty hard at that point in time. And we had some pretty large root intrusion here. So we're going to locate this area. We're going to pause for a moment, locate this area. Okay, we located this area and marked it with a red crayon at 1 foot 3 inches deep. And it is right in front of the small retaining wall where they have the walk-in small wrought iron gate adjacent to the patio and the garage. And we have some large root intrusion, so we have an issue right there. There's either a bad joint or there's something going on in there where we have root intrusion. Shouldn't be any roots in there. Now we've got some water in the line, holding back some water. Okay, we got past that area. Probably a little belly right there. Pushing into the house, and we'll be pushing out toward the street. I'm going to pause and locate this area real quick. Okay, we located this area at the front of the house, and we're going to try and excavate right around it and see if there's a mainline cleanout right here. Pushing out toward the street. Kind of hard to push out quite a ways. Gonna pause for a moment and get some water running.
Use that water.
Okay, we're going to continue to run out. We've marked this area. There is a mainline clean out that we located at the front of the house. We're going to just continue to try and push out all the way to the city sewer and double check the line. We'll shut our water down and really view the line on the way back. Kind of hard to view it while we're pushing out sometimes. Turn. Looked like we were transitioning to a different pipe, but I can't tell for sure. Pause for a moment. Okay, we're going to continue to push out. Take another turn. I believe we'll probably come up on orange vitreous clay. And we have some orange vitreous clay, I believe, right here. I've got an issue right here, I don't know. Looks like a major offset right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here. We're going to locate this area, and then we're going to transition our camera to the front of the house and see if there's any way that we can jump over this so we can inspect the rest of the line. So we're going to pause right here. Okay. There's our offset right at the curb, and we marked it at 6 foot 10 inches deep. We can't get over that offset, not from this clean out. We're going to try from the other one out in front. So we're going to pull back. We couldn't really inspect all of the sewer line. It's primarily all ABS plastic. At least until you get to the curb area where we have that offset and it transitions to vitreous clay. I believe it's a short section of vitreous clay that is only probably about 10 feet long, more than likely, from where our manhole is situated. So far, the ABS plastic appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. We have a little bit of standing water here. You can see it's kind of swirling, but that's no big deal. Just a small area where you got a fitting. Won't harm anything. Excuse me. pulling back. We marked the ABS plastic clean out at the front of the house. We located it and we exposed it. We dug it up. We do have the one joint in the backyard that we have some tree roots in. Coming back, we have a little bit of standing water here. We have standing water here and a little bit of a turn, so it wasn't put together real well, or it shifted. We can't see it because it's got so much water in that fitting. But the camera goes through pretty easily. A little bit tight here when you get into the turn. We're going to pause. We're going to locate this area as well. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, we've located this area and we marked it at 1 foot 6 inches deep on the concrete with a red crayon. And again, this is right in front of the retaining wall that separates the house from the garage. That 15 feet of probably 5 foot retaining wall. Now when I pull back, we're just going to pull back a couple feet and then we should see some tree roots right back behind us right here. And there they are. So we had some shifting going on in the piping. And it looks like the ABS plastic is probably broken. It does look like it's broken. Right on the left hand side of the screen, you can see where it's cracked and broken. Kind of difficult to see, but right there it appears to be anyways. Can't tell positively. That might be some of that debris that we pulled out as well that looks like cracked pipe. So that area would have to be cleaned up or fixed anyways. We know that there's got to be a break in it to have root intrusion in it, because you don't have root intrusion in ABS plastic unless there's a break or a bad joint. So now we marked this area as well with red crayon at 1 foot 3 inches deep, right in front of the retaining wall in the driveway area. Now we're pulling back, and now we also have some more debris, but we also look like we have some more root intrusion in the back side of this fitting. So we're going to mark this area as well. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, we marked this area as well, 1 foot 3 inches deep. We got some debris in the bottom of that fitting, and we've also got some root intrusion coming off from the left side. More than likely, from what we can see, that's the tie-in for the bathroom off the garage area. And we still have quite a bit of debris in here. But we got it broken up quite a bit. I'm going to try and run a hose through here if we can. See if we can flush this. We've run the water in the shower, flush the toilet, and run the sink, but it's going to take a little more than that to flush all this stuff through. And I think a lot of that got broken up with the snake. You can see there's a pretty large chunk of it probably right on the right hand side. It looks like there's a chunk of that. Almost looks like concrete. As thick as that is, that's a big piece. It's a pretty big piece. Running the snake broke a lot of it up, but it might have to be hydrojetted actually to get that all out of here, because it is pretty thick. Wipe that off our camera lens, and now you can see the pieces down on the ground. They're pretty substantial size, especially this one big piece going into the sewer line. We're going to pause for a moment, move our camera over to the clean out that we did locate in the front of the house, so that we can try and run out and double check the city sewer lateral as well. The homeowner owns the city lateral from their property line to the city sewer tie-in connection. So we're going to try and see if we can actually view that and inspect that as well going through the other clean out. We just couldn't get past it all the way from this clean out. We're too far out. So we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're going to resume our sewer inspection through the 3-inch ABS plastic clean out at the front of the house. This is the front of the house, and that's the front entranceway. Panning around the front of the yard. And then this is right by the front crawl space. Insert our camera. Zero out our camera monitor. Insert our camera monitor. And that's where we had that belly. Right at our clean out. Just wasn't installed. Wasn't installed real level. Short belly. Shouldn't really harm anything though. Now we're going to push out all the way to that vitreous clay joint right at the curb. We're going to see if we can jump over that area. It's a lot shorter going from this clean out. We're still out of ways, but hopefully we can jump that area. And that's our offset right there. Yep. We're going to see if we can jump that. Okay, we jumped it, got over it. Now we're going to run out to our city sewer tie-in. Make another turn. This is our saddle area. And that's our city sewer right there. We had a short city lateral. So we're going to pull back slow now. This is our saddle fitting. Saddle fitting has a pretty good offset, big separation, and a pretty big offset right there. As we come back, you'll see what a good flush joint looks like. We can see the entire face of that pipe, and that shifted quite a bit, and there's a pretty big gap between it. So a lot of the sewage, a lot of the water, everything else is going into the ground. It's not even going into the sewer. It'll jump right over that. That's the saddle area. You can see it a little bit more now where it's shifted quite a bit. Now you'll see what a good flush joint looks like when we hit one. That joint is so-so. It's not too bad. It's a little bit of a gap, but it's pretty flush. You see it's even all the way around. Next joint is very flush. Now you can see that's a good joint. It's flush, even all the way around. Very tight joint. Pulling back. Another tight joint. Now we're going to be transitioning, and we come back to our ABS plastic to vitreous clay joint, and we've got a large offset there. So that should be repaired, and probably a top hat liner installed at the saddle area. So we're going to pull back now. That'll conclude our sewer inspection. back to our 3-inch ABS plastic clean out that we uncovered at the front of the house. And this clean out was buried. This clean out should remain exposed. If you want to put a plastic box around it, put a marking stone, put something over it so that it doesn't get lost, just in case you need a clean out, especially trying to clear the sewer line all the way from the back would be very difficult. And that will conclude our video sewer inspection.